Greetings everyone, it's me again. Some of you know me as T2Derlantin. Some of you probably just know me as Hypocritical Mass. That's my new YouTube channel. And I'm making this video as an introduction to a series of videos about the history of T2 and how I came to be. What am I? How did I come to be what I am? What am I? First of all, I'm a gamer. I like games. My life has been influenced by technology and computers and games mostly. But I'm a guy who knows things. I'm a guy who knows what makes things good. I'm a guy who knows what the adolescent male wants, and early adult males also want, because I am one. But also, some have called me a legend, some have called me many things, but I figured I'd make this series to let people know. Well, basically there's one series I want to talk about. After I joined YouTube, I became T2Derlantin, because the people need to know, if you're going to watch my Twitch stream, if you want to subscribe, if you want to watch the Hypocritical Mass YouTube channel, you need to probably know some backstory. If you're new, all you guys that are currently subscribed are my old fans and you've already heard the stories, but you probably don't know the early history, which is what I'm leading up to right now. I'm going to go through 3 videos: my early life up to middle school, the high school years, and then the 20s, the early 20s. That's like after I left my parents' house and before I got on YouTube. Those may have to be broken up into more videos than 3, but I've got a lot of notes, let's just say. Well, I guess long videos are fine. But I'm going to go through the events that led up to creating the monstrosity that is the T2. There's a confluence of events that create people sometimes. Usually it's like a serial killer or a school shooter. But sometimes you take a right turn. Now, there's a time in high school I was bullied about the baseball team. In this one biology class where all the hot chicks, the most popular girls in school, were in. And they used me as target practice. And I was the that meme of the guy you throw paper wads at the back of his head and he slowly turns around. And I don't get off on a tangent. That's why I'm making this video for the second time. I started getting into some pretty dark places and I had to stop the video and restart it. But let's just say, I could have become a school shooter at one time, and I took that right turn. I allowed this individual, who will remain nameless at this time, I might make a video about him in the future, but I allowed him to live, and that's what happens when you fuck with somebody. They're not being a pussy when they don't do anything. They're thinking about the consequences of, if they decided to take you out, how long would they be in prison, what would actually happen to their life, something like that. But I took the right turn, and I became the T2. I became the alpha nerd, let's say. So, if you guys have been watching Stranger Things, people that are fans of that show, there's a lot of people that like that show. And why do they like that show? Because it coincides with the time, the 80s, when I grew up. I was in the right time in the right place. And it appeals to people that are in that childhood sort of state of mind of the American summertime. You know, the comic books, the baseball cards, the video games, all these things that appeal to young men and some women, but mostly men. And that's why everybody likes it, because that was a time when things were different. You could rent movies. They had Blockbuster back then. People actually went outside. I think it was also a lot of sexual tension. People were like hiding Playboys and stuff because you didn't have the internet back then. So your porn was in like, what do you call it? Paper format. So, there's a lot of sexual tension, and like teenagers are having sex, but there are kids outside with the water hose spraying off the car, you know, and the dog's barking. They're running with their sprinklers, and they're shooting each other with squirt guns. That's what I think of when I think of the 80s. I also think of like the suburbs, which I didn't grow up in the suburbs, but I wish I had. Sometimes things will remind me of the suburbs, almost as if I lived another life. Like in Twisted Metal 2, there was a secret level called the suburbs, I think, or suburbia. Yeah, suburbia. And that really made me. And there's a book by Stephen King called The Regulators, which described kind of some suburbs. And that's really, I don't know, it's like nostalgic, but I didn't actually live it. So it makes me wonder, like, did I have a dream that I used to live in some suburbs, and I'm remembering my dreams, or am I remembering an alternate reality where I actually lived? But that's another thing about me. I have weird dreams sometimes, and you'll get to know me through those videos. But, yeah. These three next videos will probably explain to you the perfect storm that created the T2. If you want to call me by Hypocritical Mass now, you can, but everybody calls me T2. So if you see me in the video, like the classic videos, and I'm referring to myself as T2 Darlanton, or people call me T2 in the comments, it's because I've had 3 different YouTube channels, and this is my 3rd attempt. The first one, YouTube banned it over some nudity in a gameplay video of The Godfather 2, which by today's standards wouldn't be anything. I mean, I had some other strikes from where I uploaded the South Park World of Warcraft episode. That's legit. There was 3 parts. That's 3 strikes if you count each one individually, but I think they just counted it as 1. And then there were some things like some people claimed some videos that was just me talking about something, which I couldn't dispute the claim without giving them my information. I didn't want to do it at the time. I think I may have given them my information on my new account because I want to monetize it, but I don't know. It would be nice if I could someday get that account back and I wouldn't have to do all this. I could just go back to the old account. But after that, I had a backup account, T2 Darlanton with an I, capital I, which looks like a lowercase L. So it looked exactly the same. I created it about the same time I made the first account. So by all intents and purposes, it was just another T2 Darlanton account. But I didn't have all the subscribers. I had like 20,000 on my old account, and the new one I maybe kept like 2,000 of them. And wasn't nearly as successful. YouTube just cut the legs right out from under me. I was on the rise. I could have been a PewDiePie or a Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, which I don't really want to be one of those. But yeah, let's say I was up and coming. And I probably could have made some serious cash if I kept at it and YouTube hadn't killed the account. But the email expired on that one, on the second one. And I lost that account too because of a glitch with Hotmail. I'm so old school that I had an old Hotmail account that was legacy, and then Microsoft bought out Hotmail, so then I didn't use that email because I used Gmail more, and I just kind of ignored that one. So then it expired, and then I quickly remade it, another T2Darlanton at hotmail.com account, but that was a Microsoft one now, so it's technically different even though the email address is the same and it doesn't connect to my old account, so I can't log in with it. So that's a big old hullabaloo, and that's the story of why I'm on a hypocritical mass now. I just came up with a new name. So it's like I'm starting from scratch, and I've got to get all these watch hours to get monetized. I have like 4,000 hours watched, and I'm at like almost 1,000 now, and I got to get 1,000 subscribers, and I'm maybe like 25 short. So we're getting there. But I'm going to make this video as an introduction to these three videos that lead up to the actual history of T2, which is coming. That's the history of me on YouTube. I'm going to go through all my videos, like the order in which I kind of got popular from them, I think. I don't really know how I'm going to do that, but that'll be like an introduction for people that want to watch me on Twitch and YouTube. So, yeah, that should be it.